there, Mischief here. Welcome to our first plugin tutorial video for the Crustified 10,000x Rust server. We've got a few fantastical plugins installed on the Crustified server to make your gameplay experience unique and wonderful as Rust gameplay can be. The one we're going to talk about today, though, is the one that drives our players market called AbsolutMarket. Now, AbsolutMarket was designed and developed by none other than Absolute. I'll put a link to him on Oxide in the description below. So basically, this plugin will allow us to have a true economy in our Rust game. Players on the Crustified server are able to list any item for sale with any possible cost with just a few clicks of the mouse. Now, we could just offer things for sale through the server's /shop function, but we think it's better for players to be able to buy, sell, and trade items on your own terms, maybe without that fear of getting shot in the face and betrayed by your trade partner. So if that's something that interests you, here's a little how-to for anyone who wants to participate in the server's economy. Now, before we get into this, let's go ahead and pick the grand shiznit bestest damn server in the modded servers list. And that's going to be your Crustified 10,000x. We'll get that loaded up. And away we go. So first things first, something that modded players are familiar with, usually, /shop. So when we open /shop, you can see there's nothing to buy here. It is completely devoid of buying capability at the moment. This may change in the future, but at first, since the server is so new, I wanted to try to have the economy kind of build itself based on the players and not based on the shitty availability of things from the server. Okay, so right now, as you can see, this is a materials buyback shop. You may only sell raw materials in this shop. You currently have X number of points to spend in the player's market. See this reference here to the player's market. Access it by typing bind space m space UI underscore toggle market screen without the stars in your F1 console. Then exit the console and press M on your keyboard to open the shop. Seems pretty straightforward, right? I explain this to people in the chat all the time, and something happens where it doesn't get put in right or whatever. So what I'll do is I will go ahead and put the copy pastable exact text of it in the info bar underneath the video in the doobly-doo. For your convenience, if you happen to be playing on the server, so you can bind the market to M for market, and hopefully we can avoid this problem moving forward. Okay, so as you can see, there are things here to sell. You can't buy anything. The idea here is to go to the recycler on wipe day or the day before wipe day, break everything you have down into its base elements, okay, including, you know, low-grade fuel, so you can sell animal fat back to the server, and get you some money. So you can't see my balance right now. There we go. There's my balance, because before last wipe I went and sold a bunch of stuff back. Okay, so let's go ahead and get the shop set up here. Now for me, I'm going to want to sell things as well as buy things. So I'm going to have this as my trade box. Okay, so what happens here with the trade box is you put items in it that you wish to sell or trade. So for me, that's going to be a couple of guns and a rad suit. Okay, so what we want to do is we want to press F1 to open the console, and inside of here we want to type bind space M space UI underscore toggle market screen, just like this, exactly the way you see it here. And again, this is going to be in the description, so you can cut and paste it. There's no mistyping. I hope it helps. Hit enter, and then we're gonna exit the console. Simple enough, right? Okay, so next things next. I'm already looking at my trade box. Okay, so if you're gonna want to sell items, you're gonna want to be looking at your trade box when you do this the first time. I'm gonna press M on my keyboard, and as you can see, we have a UI that pops up with items that others are already selling. Now it looks like here that currently Jack Skellington is the only one with anything listed on the market, and we're going to change that right now. So see this little button up here in the corner that says Set Trade Box. We're going to click it, and you have set a new trade box. Now you have the ability to list items. So this button in the top center of the screen here. First, let's have a look and see what he's selling things for, because I don't want to undercut him too bad. 5,000 for LR. What else do I have? I have a custom SMG. Is he selling one of those? And see, you can organize this by filters, weapons, clothing, medical crap, resources he's not selling any of. Now, I'm not going to undercut him because I'm an admin. I own the server. He's also an admin. He's on my staff. You all can undercut each other as much as you like, run some healthy competition in the market. That's fine. I'm not going to boot anybody for undercutting somebody on the market. That's how a free market works. Have at it. Okay? So what I'm going to do here is we're going to go to list item, and as you can see, all the things plus a little extra thing have popped up in my UI. Select an item from your trade box to sell. There's my custom SMG, there's my MP5, there's my LR, and there is my rad suit that I put into the box earlier. Since we know he's selling the LR for 5,000, this little icon here is money. It's server money. So I'm going to go ahead and choose a value here. He's got his listed for 5,000, so I'm going to set the same price. And this will give you a confirmation. You are listing one rifle.LR300, so that's my LR, for 500 eco. That's 500 server points, server dollars, whatever. And it wants you to confirm that that's what you want to do. So I'm going to click list item. Okay, and if we go back to the weapons view, there's all of Jack's weapons, and there's mine. From this view, I have the option to remove it. This tells me I'm selling one in 100% repair condition for economics, and that's the money, again, 500, or 500, because I can read, 5,000. Let's go ahead and list another item. Looks like he doesn't have an SMG or an MP5 up here. So we'll get the SMG. I could trade it for any one of these items. Somebody could trade me one of these if they have it in, or however many I want, if they have it in their inventory, or if they craft it and put it in their inventory, and it'll do the trade for me. I want to sell an SMG for one supply signal. Not really a fair trade, but I'm going to do it anyway. So there's that, and then see here, we've got all these ones that are listed for money. You can tell by the little dude with money icon, and then mine over here that I want to exchange for a supply signal. At the end of the day, you could take into consideration that, you know, your item has a cool skin on it, or, you know, a rare skin on it, or whatever, and price it based on that, you know, whatever. The pricing on this is completely up to you. So let's try to buy something now, and show you what that looks like. So I don't need guns. I have plenty of guns. What I need is meds, because like I have some food, but I don't have any meds. Okay, so let's go ahead, and it looks like Jack is willing to sell 100 meds for 10 incendiary rockets. I have 12 incendiary rockets, so I could buy some meds. So let me press my M key again to bring the shop back up. Seller does not have a trade box. Okay, well in a perfect world, it would just say, it would be like, are you sure you want to buy this for this? And it would give you the little confirmation screen, and you click yes, and kablooey, you have the item that you purchased, and you are without the thing that you traded it for, whether that be money or whatever. Your items will stay in your trade box until they are purchased, and when they are purchased, you get a little message that comes up in the chat. You've sold this item, and then it'll say that this item has been removed from your trade box because not in box. So that is our player market here on the Crustified server. I hope that you have found this tutorial helpful. If you have, give it a like, give it a thumbs up, share it with a friend, you know, whatever. If you enjoy my content, go ahead and subscribe, and we will see you next time.